A goy came up to Rabbi Moish to ask, "Why do rabbis always answer with a question?" To which Rabbi Moish replied, "Why not?" The night sky above Manhattan will never win any awards. The few stars visible looked lonely and desperate. I could relate. Sometimes the line between salvation and damnation is a mighty fine one. I no longer knew which side I stood on. There are those who would say that I had no business being here. They might be right. I'm no longer sure what I'm doing, but I'm fairly sure I know who I am. Hello again, everyone! Welcome to a new Let's Play! This is the Shiva, specifically the 2013 re-release, which was called the Kosher Edition. This is a game by Dave Gilbert, who, for viewers of my channel, may be familiar with his Blackwell series. The original version of this came out before the Blackwell series, but the Kosher Edition, I believe, came out before Epiphany. But it should be very familiar in terms of how it plays for those who've either played or seen the Blackwell series. It is as you probably guessed from the introduction there, it is a rabbinical adventure game. Probably one of the only ones out there. I look forward to seeing how many times I, as a non-Jew, can stick my foot in my mouth over Jewish things. Let's get into it right away, shall we? New game. It began as many things do, with a song. It's an invocation of the Phoenician god Moloch! I guess through E.S. Asher. His final note faded off into the near-empty synagogue, unheard by anyone. As I had hundreds of times before this, I got ready to speak. And as I had hundreds of times before this, I began to wonder why.
Thank you, Cantor Kaplan.
You're welcome.
Today in my sermon, I'd like to discuss suffering.
Okay.
Why do bad things happen to good people?
Because they touch themselves
Wherever
at night.
there is pain or oppression or poverty, the question is always the same.
Are we there yet?
How could God let this happen?
Or that.
Is God as good as we think?
Nope.
Can he, in fact, do evil? Maybe, on occasion, he even enjoys inflicting pain.
Have you not read the Old Testament? I took a good hard look around my world. And then it hit me.
No. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
Rabbi?
You heard.
Huh? What?
Go home, Mrs. Raymer.
Is it over already?
Yeah.
You were
Rabbi
asleep
Stone,
for it
wait.
anyway.
You can't just stop.
Sure you can.
Sure I can. Just watch me.
But
It's over, Josh.
you can't mean that.
Look, you're a good kid.
That sounds like a
You
lover's
got a good
quarrel.
voice and a good future. Don't let me hold you back. Now do a mitzvah and call Mrs. Raymer a cab. Goodbye, Josh.
Ethical dilemmas have plagued religious leaders since the dawn of time. But morals don't mean crap without the personal experiences to back them up. Alright, so we can give the brush off, we can state the obvious, or we can declare our intentions. Well, let's give the brush off.
Go away.
Give a stronger brush
I
off.
said, go away.
State the obvious.
Services are canceled.
Restate the obvious.
I repeat, services are canceled.
Declare your intentions.
Leave me alone.
Redeclare your
Leave
intentions.
me alone, I said. Fine, I'm coming.
Aww. Grudging acquiescence. Alright, well, first of all, we've got an inventory. We've got clues, but we don't have any clues. In the inventory, we've got a business card. Rabbi Russell Stone, Benai Ben Zion, 190 Essex Street, New York, New York. rstone@ravnetny.com. We've got a Yiddish dictionary. Common Yiddish words. Meshuggah, crazy. Mensch, a helpful person. Mumser, I probably mispronounced that. Bastard, son of a bitch. Nebish, weakling. Shiva, period of mourning. Shiksei, probably mispronounced that one too. Non-Jewish woman. Yenta, busybody. Goy, a non-Jewish person. Now we know what it meant at the beginning of the game. Move your mouse to the top of the screen to access your inventory and menu. I know, I just did that. It was fine where it was. My diploma from B'nai B'rith Yeshiva.
Has it really been 30 years?
Apparently so. My certification of rabbinical studies. It reads, this is to certify that Russell Elijah Stone has been granted the title of rabbi by B'nai B'rith Yeshiva on the date of June 23rd, 1970. I'd come across this quote some years ago, and had decided that to have it printed and mounted on the wall. It read, if statistics are right, the Jews constitute but 1% of the human race. It suggests a nebulous dim puff of stardust, lost in the blaze of the Milky Way. Properly, the Jew ought hardly to be heard of, but he is heard of, has always been heard of. Mark Twain, 1899. So we got a crawl space. A small crawl space used to store old records. Can we go in there? There was nothing up there that I wanted to see. Oh. Papers! What was I going to do with them? Pay them? Just bills, lots of them. Boxes. As much as I would have loved to break open a bottle of Kiddush wine, I didn't think it was appropriate. These boxes contained a small supply of Kiddush wine. There was nothing on the bookshelf I wanted to read. My collection of rabbinical texts, prayer books, Judaic history, and Harry Kemmelman novels. Oh, a photograph. A color photograph of a B'nai Ben Zion youth group picnic. It was taken over 15 years ago. Most of those kids probably had families of their own by now. Can we actually look at it? Can't look at that one. It was fine where it was. Window. This window afforded me with a thrilling view of the deli across the street. It wasn't the kind that opened. Josh picked this computer up at a local yard sale. He said it would revolutionize my life. That hadn't happened yet, but I wasn't holding my breath. Someone was at the door. I couldn't futz with the computer now. Aww. The way out. Oh, I thought that was like a knife. Alright. Who's at the door?
I thought I told you to go home.
Apparently he didn't listen to you.
Rabbi Stone, there's someone here.
Tell him to get lost. There's no service tonight.
No, it's a cop.
Oh.
Huh?
That's probably not good.
Detective Sam Durkin.
Hey, it's Durkin!
South Precinct. Could I talk to you for a few minutes, Rabbi Stone?
No. So we can give a sarcastic response, a poker face response, or a rabbinical response.
Is there some sort of problem, officer?
Answering a question with a
I'd just like
question.
to ask you a few questions.
Fine. Josh, take a hike.
Oh, that's kind of rude.
So, what can I do for you? I assume you're not here to convert.
Maybe he is.
Are you familiar with a Mr. Jack Lauder?
Should I be?
I'm asking the questions, Rabbi.
Fine. Let me think. Lauder. Oh,
You know him.
yeah.
What can you tell me about him?
He used to belong to this congregation.
Used to, but not anymore?
No. Left about 8 years ago, I think. What's this about?
Have you had any contact with him since?
No, I haven't. Care to fill me in here?
Do you read the papers?
Aggressive response, honest response, or rabbinical response? I'm totally going for the rabbinical response again.
Who has the time?
So, you're not aware, Rabbi Stone, that Jack Lauder has been dead for 3 days?
Apparently not. I did my best to control myself. I knew this man's type. His eyes scanned my face like a barcode reader, trying to read every telltale sign of emotion. Any flicker, any twitch would be used against me later.
No.
Does that bother you?
Should it?
Answer me, Stone.
No.
So you and Mr. Lauder weren't close.
No, we weren't. What's the deal, Durkin?
I've seen Lauder's will.
So?
He left you a significant amount of money.
What, $50? Deadpan response, incredulous response, or rabbinical response? I love these responses.
He left me money? Is this a joke? Are you joking with me, detective?
No, I'm not joking.
How much?
I don't have the exact amount, but somewhere in excess of 10,000.
Bull.
It's the truth.
Jack wouldn't give me bubkiss, let alone $10,000.
And why is that, Rabbi Stone?
He just wouldn't.
Huh.
Hey, no smoking in here. It's not healthy.
This temple's in pretty sad shape, isn't it, Rabbi?
What's your point?
Well, you're not blind, that's for sure.
Can you afford the repairs?
Angry response, brush off response, or, of course, the rabbinical response.
Do I look like I can afford it?
I'm just asking.
Oh, you're just asking. Well, I'm going to ask you to leave. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Rabbi Stone,
Get out of my office.
listen.
No, you listen. I know where this is going, and I don't like it.
I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, you're a real mensch. Get out of here.
Fine. I'll leave, Rabbi Stone. But I'll be back.
Yeah, I bet you will.
So, a lot of the dialogue was re-recorded. I don't think Durkin's stuff was re-recorded.
Butts.
Because it sounds slightly lower quality, unfortunately. The rain beat in a regular staccato rhythm against the window. But I could only hear one thing. Cha-ching! No. Jack Lauder. Jack Lauder. The name pulled out a cork in my brain, letting loose old thoughts and memories that fought and struggled for supremacy. Jack Lauder. It was more than just a name. It was a musical note. The most beautiful of... never mind. It was a link to a time when things were simpler. When I could actually get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop in 3 licks. A time when I thought I had it all figured out. A time when morals and ethics meant something. A time before it all turned to crap. Oh, before the crash of 2008?
I need to think.
You're in a good place for thinking. Can we log into the computer now? Josh set this computer up a few weeks ago. He claimed I needed to join the 21st century and connect with the community. Josh had been bugging me to start using it. I suppose now is as good a time as any. If only I could remember what Josh chose as my login and password. Well, it's probably going to be our email address. What was that again? R-Stone? Alright, let's try that. Alright, password. Ooh, we can get a clue. Your password clue is busybody. Oh, what was that? Yenta. Okay. Oops. Didn't mean to go in there. Hello, Rabbi Russell Stone. Please choose an option below. Joke! Hey, a joke. Let's get a joke. Moshe was talking to his psychiatrist. "I had a weird dream recently," he said. "I saw my mother, but then I noticed she had your face. I found this so worrying that I immediately woke and couldn't get back to sleep. I just stayed there thinking about it until 7 a.m. I got up, made myself a slice of toast and some coffee, and came straight here. Can you please help me explain the meaning of my dream?" The psychiatrist kept silent for some time, then said, "1 slice of toast and coffee? Do you call that a breakfast?" Because he's mothering him. Mail. Welcome to Ravnet. Test. Shocked. Great games. Dave at watchithigames.com. And what happened? Well, let's check the welcome message. Mazel tov, welcome to Ravnet, New York. The newest way to bring Jews together as a community. Our features are small but growing. Here is a list of what we currently offer. The mail feature allows you to send and receive email. The search feature allows you to search our data archive of Jewish news, events, and members. Everyone needs a laugh. Check out our joke feature for the best in Jewish jokes. On behalf of myself and the entire Ravnet team, thank you for joining and making our community stronger. Jay Kaplan? Josh. Hello, Rabbi Stone. I set up your account for you. Hopefully it'll work out okay for you. You can change the password if you want. Most people choose things like their mother's or their wife's maiden names, but I thought this was appropriate. Haha. L. Schwartz at cheapmail.com. Shocked. Dear Rabbi Stone, I've been a loyal member of B'nai Ben Zion for many years, but I can't bring myself to listen to your dark and gloomy sermons any longer. Times are tough enough for us Jews without you rubbing salt in the wound. Goodbye, Lisa Schwartz. Oh, I guess now we know why there's no one else in the synagogue. Alright, great games from Dave at Wadjet Games. For the best in games and entertainment, visit www.wadjetigames.com. Seems like spam. jbrooks at hotmail.com. What happened? Rabbi Stone, I'm sorry, but my family and I can't attend your services any longer. Your last few sermons have upset the children so much that it took several hours to calm them down. What happened to you? Jeremy Brooks. Tomo at undisclosed email. Special offer. For your network protection needs, contact Tomo. Who is Tomo? Maybe someday we'll figure it out. Manager at electric.com. Final notice. Due to continuing non-payment, your electrical service will be terminated if the overdue balance of $525.67 is not met by April 21st. Contact our office if you have any questions. Sapple at vaco.net. Disappointed. Rabbi Stone, I've tried to have faith in you, but it's obvious that you are becoming increasingly more unbalanced. You call yourself a Jew? Our people need leaders. Regretfully, Sarah Applebaum. And Don at bankofnewyork.com, or Bank of NY. Overdraft notice to Russell Stone. This is to inform you that your account is currently $1,893.43 into its overdraft. As you are aware, your account only has $1,000 of overdraft protection. Please submit the difference of $893.43 to us within 7 days so as not to damage your credit rating. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Alright, so we can search Jack Louder. Garment District Murder and Jack Louder contact information. 100 Jane Street, Apartment 4E. And Garment District Murder. Jack Louder of Beth Tikva was found dead last night in his Midtown office, victim of an apparent assault by person or persons unknown. We at Ravnet express our sympathies to Jack's friends and family. Well, we're on Google. Let's do the Google thing. Russell, was it 2 L's? I think it was. Stone. All it has is contact information. What about Rabbi Stone? No entries for Rabbi Stone. Alright, well. Let's see. Can we use our... Nope. Can't use our business card on ourselves. Well, let's go ahead and leave. Maybe we can go pay a visit to his office or something like that. What are you still doing here, Josh?
Wow, Rabbi, what was that all about?
Were you listening in? Rabbinical response.
Didn't I tell you to go home?
Come on, Rabbi, I have to know. Who was killed?
Josh, what did I tell you about listening at my door?
I wasn't, Rabbi, honest. You were just... very loud.
Huh.
And it helps
So
when
who
your
was
ear's up
killed?
against the door.
Was it that Lauder guy?
Rabbinical response.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Who else could it be? I heard you talking about him.
Huh. We must have talked very loud.
Well, yeah. So who is he?
An old member of this congregation.
Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, it happens to the best of us.
Are you gonna pay a Shiva call?
I don't think there will be a Shiva, Josh.
Why?
Shivas are for Jewish families.
He wasn't Jewish?
Just forget it.
Alright, if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Oops.
Good night, Cantor.
Actually,
Night, Rabbi.
accidentally clicked. $10,000. Less than 20 minutes ago, I had accepted defeat. The bank was going to foreclose on the property, and there was nothing I could do. Jack's money changed all that. The Benai Ben Zion synagogue could remain open. I wouldn't have to see my life's work turned into a shopping mall or parking lot.
Has God answered my prayers?
Probably not. The age-old question. What is the work of God, and what is the work of man? The money was a boon, there was no doubt about that. But it was blood money. Ooh, Weregild! And I couldn't believe God would work that way.
I don't like it. Not one bit. Why, Jack? Why me? Why now?
They say God helps those who help themselves. With a little murder... no, definitely not. And I had done absolutely nothing to get this money. I didn't trust it. Suddenly, the cantor's words came back to me.
A Shiva call. I can't just barge in unannounced. But I can pay a Shiva call. It's the only way.
Right-click and hold to show all items on screen. Oh. Ah, neat. There's nothing up there that I wanted to see. The records are cleared out every few years. If I wanted information about Jack Louder, I'd have to look elsewhere. Well, I did already get that. Maybe I gotta go look at it again. Nope, that's unrelated. Alright, well, I guess we'll use the computer this time. Again. Okay. Well, I guess that's all we need for now. But I think we'll call this an episode here, and in the next one, we'll go see if we can make our Shiva call. No, we're not going to call Shiva. This isn't Final Fantasy. See you next time, everyone.